This is Jason Slagle, the vice president of CNWR Incorporated, a downtown Toledo-based IT company that provides services to 40 to 50 local and 40 to 50 non-local businesses. Part of his company's work is ensuring those clients are prepared for the online threats of today.
Security is a hot button topic right now. The threat actors are moving down market, right? So they are moving into smaller and smaller businesses, and their small businesses aren't catching up as quickly as they likely need to.
Slagle says not only are smaller businesses becoming an increasing target, ones that do end up being breached are having to shell out thousands.
For a small business, the average cost of a breach is in the $70,000 to $80,000 range on the low end, and they go up from there, right? And most people, they're like, oh yeah, maybe I'll be down for 6 hours and I'll reset passwords and I'll do that. The company that we tend to outsource things like business email compromise and stuff like that to, it's $13,000 to even have them engage you.
And the reason for that high price tag could lie with the fact that hackers have never stopped learning new tricks. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're putting in more effort, as they know there's no better way to get the keys than by asking the driver.
Ironically enough, the email stuff is coming back, but it's coming back as a method to get into other parts of your network. The human element is still involved, right? So it's somebody clicking a link they shouldn't have or going to an email they shouldn't have or something along those lines.
Now to another thing ripped from the movies, the robot takeover. Well, not exactly.
And then we also now have to throw in the factor of artificial intelligence. So what role does that exactly play?
It has lowered the bar for attackers for sure, because while ChatGPT won't give you a script to hack with, you definitely can find other large language models that aren't as nice and aren't trained to not be nefarious.
And that just kind of speaks to how easy it's gotten.
Oh,
because you don't need to be a tech whiz to do it.
Yeah, it's gotten really easy, and the money in it is very good.
Leaving even corporate conglomerates worth billions at risk. And no surprise here, customers will always pay the price.
In the news right now, as we're filming this, there's a 73 million customer AT&T breach that reveals at least personal information, potentially usernames and passwords too, right? So if you use the same password for your email that you used to log into your AT&T account, then now that the hacker has access to your email. Once they have access to your email, they can then password reset any other password you have, because the password recovery is going to come to your email. And from there, they can just spread out and get everything. So different passwords everywhere. Use a password manager.
So what you're saying is password 123 is not good enough.
Password 123 is not good enough. It was probably never good enough.
But what about ransom offers?
Should they give these hackers what they want?
And the reason, he says, is that it could be illegal, depending on the territory the hacker's in. If you go this route, which isn't recommended, at least find counsel that can do it legally. And one final thing, advice to live by in a world full of data just waiting to be snatched.
The only thing you have to do to protect yourself in most cases still is be 20% better than everyone else. And that's all it takes. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be 20% better than everyone else, and your likelihood of actually getting compromised goes way down.
In Toledo, I'm Jaden Jefferson.